question here that the local Ahl Hadith from the groups, they say, why do you not cooperate with us while we are your brothers in Tawheed? And while if we may have some errors, they are errors ijtihadiyya, and everyone is prone to errors. How do we reply to them? Okay, first of all, these errors are not errors ijtihadiyya. They are errors usuliyya, foundational errors, manhajiyya, methodological errors. And just to take the best example to illustrate this is the issue of calling to Allah Azza wa Jal, calling the people in a nation, in a land, to Allah Azza wa Jal, to His Tawheed, to His oneness, because this is the asal, the foundation of rectifying the society. As Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, he mentions that Allah Azza wa Jal, He rectified the society through Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by way of His Tawheed and by way of obedience to His Messenger. And the corruption of a society lies in invoking other than Allah and following other than the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so on that basis, when we look at these jama'at which are present in a society in which we have in every corner, in every nook, in every cranny, there are graves, there are tombs, there are mausoleums, there are people who have made it their religion to invoke and seek aid and seek rescue from these people who are dead and buried. Right? It is their deen. And so the way that we see how these jama'at, how they behave and how they what they do in the society tells us a tremendous amount about how far they have strayed from the methodology of the prophets and messengers. And I want to give you, to really illustrate this and to drive it home, I want to give you like a similitude or an example. So imagine someone invents a lie against your mother. Yes? He makes an accusation against your mother of being an indecent woman. And then he chooses, for example, a day in the year to celebrate that, right? To celebrate that lie that your mother is an indecent woman. Okay, you as an individual, because we know that knowledge is something that leads to actions of the heart, right? So if this comes to your knowledge that someone is making an accusation against my mother, you're not going to simply say, oh yes, I know that's wrong. I know that's wrong. It's not just neutral knowledge that, like, oh, it's cold outside. I know it's cold outside. Or it's hot outside. It doesn't stir any emotions, right? It's not like that. This is information that should make you tremble and angry with rage that someone has uttered a lie against your mother. Right? It is impossible for there not to be such a feeling. And likewise, following on from that, for there not to be some action that results from that powerful feeling. Right? If we don't see that, if you say, oh, someone has just accused your mother or whatever, oh yeah, I know that, yeah, no, I know it's wrong. There's something wrong with that individual. Right? Everybody understands this. Everybody knows this. However, what is greater? That, for example, someone utters a lie against Allah Azza wa Jal, or he utters a lie against your mother. So let's take the Christians, for example. What do the Christians say? The Christians say that Allah has a son. Right? Kaburat kalimatan takhruju min afwahihim. What a mighty word emanates from their mouths. Right? That they claim that Allah has a son. And in another ayah, it is as if the heavens are about to split asunder, and the earth is about to split. And so even Allah's creation, it tremors from this tremendous lie, right? And a Muslim, a believer, a person of Tawheed, he cannot accept this. So likewise, when we see people in the society, they are worshipping other than Allah, they are claiming that other than Allah is able to rescue and to provide and to cure from illness and to grant a son and all these types of things, and then they bring offerings and they worship and they invoke and they travel and they sacrifice and they make du'af and so on and so forth. It is not possible for the heart of a muwahhid, for him not to be disturbed by this, and for him not to basically follow the way of the prophets and messengers in making indhar, right? Because the religion, as Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad ibn al-Wahhabi has a risala, Aslu ad-Din wa qa'idatuhu amran. The foundation of the religion and its principle lies in two things. And the first one is to single out Allah in worship and to be firm upon that and to have muwalat, to have loyalty upon that. And second affair is to warn against shirk, right? And to have disloyalty for that and to make takfir of the one who opposes that and to love, to hate for the sake of that, right? So when you see these people present in a society and they in their masajid, they know what is taking place around them. And what do they speak about? What do they teach in their masajid? Riyadu Salihin, how to be truthful, how to have good manners to your mother, how to be good to your neighbor, how to avoid jealousy, how to avoid this, how to avoid, the virtues of the actions, addressing the people amongst whom are those who are falling into these types of things, and you don't want to warn against this and speak the truth. We don't find in your masajid you are teaching al-Qawaid al-Arba or Usul al-Thalatha or Kitab al-Tawheed or Kashf al-Shubuhat or Usul al-Sitta or anything like this. We see nothing of this in your da'wah. This shows a foundational mistake in the affair of Tawheed itself, because Tawheed, just like Iman is not ma'rifah. Iman is qawlun wa i'tiqadun wa amalun. It is belief, speech and action, right? So you can't just claim that we know Tawheed and we understand Tawheed, and then for that not to translate into your da'wah, into your loyalty, into your friendship, into your methodology. It's simply not possible. So this contradiction that we see between professing Tawheed and claiming we know Tawheed, and the absence of making this inkar in a society which is greatly in need of this, then this shows that you haven't actually understood Tawheed to begin with. Because Tawheed is not just a matter of ma'rifah, just knowing. Because Iblis knows Tawheed. Shaitan knows Tawheed. Right? He knows Allah, His names, His attributes, that He alone is worthy of worship. Many of the Yahud, they know Tawheed. Right? It is not a matter of ma'rifah. It is tasdeeq in the heart. It is actions of the heart, loving and hating for it, and it translates into action in your speech, in your action, in your mu'amalat, in your muwalat, in your loyalty, in your da'wah, in the method that you follow in calling to Allah. And this is what we see from Ibrahim alayhi salam when he addressed his people. We see with all of the prophets and messengers that this is what they did, right? They explained Tawheed, they made indhar, and they freed themselves once it became clear to them that they were not willing to change. This we do not see from these groups. So this is not a matter of ijtihad. Tawheed and calling to Tawheed is not a matter of ijtihad. It is an usuli foundational matter, which shows that the problem, the position that we have with all of these jama'at, it is not a matter of ijtihad. It is a fundamental mistake in the affair of Tawheed. And that's why we see all of the other corollaries that we see, so much corruption, so much evil, so much poverty, lack of sustenance, lack of rizq, because Tawheed is not rooted in this society. Because if it was, then there would be barakat from the sama, from the heaven, and the people would be in affluence, and and all the things that follow on from Tawheed and making ittiba of the Messenger of Allah. So do not be deceived by any of these statements. You will come across these statements often. This is not true. This is not true whatsoever, and Allah knows best.